Do you want low speeds? And with low speeds I'm referring to 3G, and just want to pay low prices for data packages? Well, then you might want to consider Airtel Sri Lanka. Why? Well, I shall tell you in this video. Hi, Odo from Phone Travelers here, and today I am in Colombo, Sri Lanka, where it's hot. It's just hot. But it's a nice place to be, and I would certainly recommend you to go. But since you're already watching this video, there's a high chance that you're planning on visiting Sri Lanka soon. We're gonna talk about Airtel. As you can see, I'm not holding a starter pack in my hand because I didn't get a starter pack when I went and bought my SIM card. Keep in mind that if you buy a SIM card in Sri Lanka, you have to show your passport. If you buy a SIM card at the airport, as I did with Airtel, you most likely will have your passport with you. But if you decide to go to an Airtel store in the country, or Colombo, well, that's in the country actually, and make sure to bring your passport with you, because without one they are not allowed to sell you a SIM card. There's just one thing that I want to say before we actually go much more in depth with Airtel, is that if you care about speeds, don't get Airtel. Why? Because they're the only network or only operator in Sri Lanka that doesn't even have a 4G network. Not even in Colombo, they just only have 2G and 3G. If you're used to high speeds like 4G, 4.5 or even 4.75, which is, you know, fast, and you get the downgrade to 3G, you will notice it a lot. And that, combined with the fact that they also have the worst coverage, means that they are not a real contender compared to the other operators like Dialog, Hutch and Mobitel by Sri Lanka Telecom, which have better coverage and better speeds throughout the country. The only reason why I would recommend Airtel is if your phone doesn't even support 4G, or if you don't really care about high speeds and you just want to pay low prices, then Airtel could be an option. Besides that, you know, no. But that's enough Beth mouthing. What do we actually get with Airtel? In this case, I bought it at the airport because they were the cheapest at the airport, and the other operators would charge you the tourist packages, which are much more expensive than if you get a package in the city. Of course, Airtel does the same, but their prices were reasonable. I paid $3.5 for 2 gigabytes, if I'm correct on top of my head, which is 600 Sri Lankan rupees, which is low compared to the other operators, and if you compare it to other countries, it's very low. And since I wanted to get a SIM card anyway, at least before I go to the city from the airport, because it would be a long drive, I decided to just get it at the airport. But normally you have to buy a SIM card at an official store of an operator, in this case Airtel, because small shops, kiosks cannot sell you SIM cards because of the law and regulation. So when I was at the airport, I presented my passport, and then the salesperson was doing multiple things because he was helping multiple people, and then, well, he was just activating the SIM card for me and recharging it for me, so I didn't have to do it myself. So after waiting for 5 to 10 minutes, I got my phone back. I paid 600 Sri Lankan rupee or $3.5 because the prices are also listed in US dollars. I paid by card. You can pay it by card or cash at the booth, and I'm pretty sure you can do the same at the other booths at the airport. But if you go in town, some operators only accept cash, so keep that in mind. And then I got my Airtel SIM card. Remember, I didn't get 4G, so my speeds were much lower compared to the other operators, but that's something I was already prepared or ready for. Now it's time for the speed test. As you know, normally I do the speed test outside because I like doing it outside, but Colombo is a very noisy city. A lot of cars, buses, tuk-tuks, and a lot of honking, meaning that you would probably be annoyed with all the noise going on when recording this video. So for now, I will record or do the speed test inside my Airbnb. Let's just see what speeds we get with Airtel, which should be 3G speeds because they only have a 3G network. So let's have a quick look. Alright, it's time for the speed test. As you know, I usually like to use an independent server, so not the server of one of the operators in a certain country. In this case, Sri Lanka Telecom is one. However, one of the operators, Hutch, they couldn't use the independent one, which are Lankacom and University of Kelenia, however you pronounce it. So in this case, I will use the one from Sri Lanka Telecom. Just saying that in case you notice that, well, I'm not following my own guidelines/requirements. So let's see what speeds we get with Airtel Sri Lanka. We get the download speed of 14, which is higher than I had with 2 other operators, at least in this Airbnb. But if I was on other places, the other ones were all much higher. But these are actually decent 3G speeds, especially right here, where I'm not even close to the city, but not close to the city center. The upload speed, well, upload of 1, so that's not so impressive. But hey, we're using a 3G network. But yeah, there we have it. Download speed of 15, upload speed of 1. Well, I'm not surprised, because I knew that I'm not using a 4G network, and I knew that, you know, I'm paying low prices, so I'm getting not high speeds and quality, but it's actually quite decent. And I haven't mentioned it earlier, but I would recommend Airtel. Let me just quickly change and focus there. I would only recommend Airtel if you're staying in populated areas, because if you go more remote, then you might not even have any coverage or very bad coverage. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to consider Airtel to save money. So there we have it, Airtel on the 3G network, which is quite decent for 3G. Of course, there are some countries that had higher 3G speeds, lower 3G speeds, but that's such a long time ago for me that I don't know if 15 is a good download speed, because I'm used to 4G LTE, because I'm spoiled. But hey, that doesn't matter for this video. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and comment down below what you think about these findings. And make sure to subscribe to this channel, Phone Travelers, where I do this type of reviews all over the world. In this case, I'm in Sri Lanka. I might be in Malaysia, Thailand, whatever. And I test the SIM card, so you don't have to do it yourself. And while you're at it, make sure to check out my blog post covering Airtel much more in depth. phonetravelers.com/Airtel-Sri Lanka, with a dash between Sri Lanka, because they're 2 separate words. And if you're browsing about the website anyway, which you should, check out my local SIM card buying guides all over the world, from Asia to the Americas to Europe. If you're looking for a country, I've most likely covered it already. If you want to see how Airtel compares to the other operators, I haven't included Airtel in the comparison video because of the 3G network, whereas the other ones all use 4G, so it wouldn't be a fair comparison, and there's no point for me to try it on the 3G networks, because, well, you can use the 4G networks if 4G coverage is available. So you would either want to watch the comparison video, which is on top right here, and then compare it with this video, or read my comparison post about Sri Lankan operators, also on my website, or just watch the videos individually if you feel like watching all the videos of the Sri Lankan operators. So that's enough talking, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you the next time. See you, bye bye.